Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Do not adjust your television set. It is true. Este es la verdad. I have a very special guest for a very special episode. She is YouTube royalty. She puts the fun in Christian fundamentalism. She's a YouTube internet celebrity known for such hit series as 100 Years of Hose. It's one of my favorite. People were asking for it. 100 Years of Hose. You go in pretty hard on my shave 'em dry girl from Baltimore because she is a beat from Baltimore, as she says in the song. Miss Jenny, welcome to the show. Miss Jenny, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure and honor to have you here. What is going? Everyone knows Jenny, so we can just move forward with that, I think, or whatever you want to say. Go ahead. I heard a rumor you're in Oklahoma. Is that true or false?
It is true. The rumors are true.
And are you moving there, living there?
Well, don't let my mom hear this, but I am just visiting. She hates it when I say that, but I'm going to be spending the summer down here. I'm really enjoying my time. It's great. But it is temporary, so I will be going back to Virginia where I belong.
Virginia Beach, yep. There's a song. Yeah. It's Oklahoma where the wind comes rushing down the plain. You know that song?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's like my mom knows that song. I just want to take a minute here. Shout out to the chat. Blockbuster coming in early with the high fortune cookie tarots by Annabelle for all of your tarot card needs. I only trust one psychic. I'm talking Fortune Cookies Tarot by Annabelle. What do you think about tarot cards, Jenny? I think I know the answer. Go ahead.
Definitely not Mrs. Jenny approved. Tarot cards are like in the same realm as like crystal balls and zodiac, and so definitely not.
Okay. Shout out to Zephyr K9, dog lover. Lawyer Chick is not here today. We are lucky, and she is the normal standard co-host, but luckily, from time to time, we do need a fill-in. So Zephyr K9 here is Lawyer Chick's dog.
Aww.
Just for reference. There you go. Yes, that is a German Shepherd. Back to the chat. Aztec in the house. Dan Ditso from Costa Rica. We are international today. Professor Mex. Jason Vega. Good day, new sub. Good day indeed, Dave Murphy. New subs. I love new subs. God, I love it.
Yes.
Please stay off the panel for once. We have some inter-panel. I love it. Drama. Anyways, I do encourage light trolling. Drama is good, I guess. I'm not above it, but this is a family show, so let's keep it family-oriented. And if you have a problem with fundamental Christianity, this is probably not the episode for you. Have you lost your edge, Miss Jenny? Have you lost your edge? Are you the same? You've lost your edge?
Absolutely not. Oh man.
Absolutely not. Okay.
In the light of, all the things that have been going on in my life in the last few months, I feel like it has done nothing but amp me up. Tomorrow's not promised. Let's go out. Let's win souls. Let's teach the truth. Let's rebuke heretics like we're going to be doing tonight. And so, hey, I'm at 11. So.
You're at 11. Have you seen the movie Spinal Tap?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. I have to show you. It's a Spinal Tap is great. I'll teach you after the show. Just hang out. It Goes to 11 is a classic. You really just rang a bell with me. I do appreciate it. Yep. So here's Miss Jenny. And just for the record, Miss Jenny's views do not necessarily reflect my views. That's for sure. But either way, we are welcome that she's here. And as is usual, this is Law and Logic. Logic and Law. It's the name of the show now. And the format is I have a topic or two. Co-host has a topic or two. We go over it. And at 10 o'clock, we open the phone lines. And then we end at 10:30. That's what's up. That's what's happening. So you're going to have to call heads or tails in the air. Are you ready for this, Miss Jenny?
Okay. Tails.
Tails it is.
Hey.
You get to pick your topic first. You get to present whatever it is you've brought to us. And let's look at the thumbnail, actually, and see. Damn it. I didn't bring it up here. Let's see how we rate this thumbnail. Let's see if it's awesome or not. Did you like the thumbnail, Miss Jenny?
Oh, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I definitely need to take some classes from you.
Well, actually, the fortune cookie lady helped me. She kind of has been helping the channel. She's a producer too, even though she likes tarot cards and tarot cards are fake. She is a lovely person with a lovely channel, and you should check it out, Miss Jenny. Make sure drop your link. Anyone who has a wrench, including fortune cookie tarot. What? God damn it! What is the name? Fortune cookie tarot, right?
I think that was right.
I should know this. I feel. Fortune Cookie Tarot by Annabelle. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got to put some respect on that name. Okay, so go ahead, Miss Jenny. What do you got for us today?
Okay, so right out of the gate, breaking news right off the presses. World-renowned heretic John Macarthur passed away. I think it was Tuesday. I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, my God.
Really? Sorry.
Yes. And so I have known about John Macarthur. You said that you're not familiar with John Macarthur. That's correct?
That's right. Correct. I don't know.
Okay. So you're better off. All right. So this guy was a complete and utter. He was completely apostate. I don't believe that you can lose your salvation. A lot of people, they'll say like, oh, he used to teach right and he used to be legit, and then he kind of went off the rails when he got rich and famous. No, he was never on the rails, so he didn't get off the rails. Okay, he has always been a false teacher. He has always been a heretic. From the very beginning, this man has been teaching things like lordship salvation, teaching his beliefs and his doctrine through the lens of Calvinism, which is entirely false. And I have a little list of some of the different things that this man taught that were like, any one of these was a damnable heresy, but he taught all of them. Okay. And so, like I said, he taught lordship salvation, being right.
Okay, slow down. What is that?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but I don't know what that is. Lordship salvation. Okay.
It is this concept that you have to make Jesus the Lord of your life in order to genuinely be saved and on your way to heaven. And so what it means that when you believe that Jesus Christ is your savior, you're just saying that, like, he did the work, he saved me. And so I am not getting into heaven on my own merit. I'm only getting to heaven because Jesus Christ paid my debt. Okay. But what John Macarthur said is that, you have to make Jesus the Lord. You have to put Jesus first in your life. You have to love him. You have to obey him in order to be saved, which the Bible never says, okay, anywhere. We should do good things. We should pick up our cross daily and follow the commandments and be wonderful humans and Christ honoring. However, that has absolutely no bearing in any regard on our salvation. And so teaching this idea that you have to, like when people say like, oh, have you given your life to Christ? I'm sure you've probably heard that term before, Barnabas, have you given your life to Christ? No, actually, I don't give my life to Christ. Christ gave his life to me. Okay. Completely inverting the gospel, flipping the gospel on its head, teaching false doctrine. So that's lordship salvation. Teaching Calvinism, which is this idea. There's a few different things involved in Calvinism, but one of the main things is that God picks and chooses who goes to heaven and who goes to hell, which is absolutely not true. All throughout the Bible teaches free will. And so if you choose to believe on Christ, if you want salvation, you can have it. The Bible says that the God is not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to the remission of sin. So Calvinism is false doctrine. He denied the blood of Jesus. Okay, he taught that it's not really the blood of Jesus that saves you. It's the blood didn't have any actual value. His physical blood meant nothing. First off, there is no spiritual blood. It was all physical blood. So either the blood had value or it didn't. So to try to separate the physicality of the blood from its significance is erroneous. And two, the Bible says that the blood has significance. So am I supposed to believe the Bible or John Macarthur? Another thing, he taught that you could take the mark of the beast and still get saved. Okay, so this is in Revelation, the concept of the mark of the beast. Okay, so just a brief rundown of that is that, in the end, there is going to be an antichrist, someone who makes himself like a false Messiah, a false Christ who is raised up, and he's going to bring world peace, and he's going to unite all religions and all peoples, and everyone's going to worship him and all this different stuff. And he's going to have a mark, and he's going to put the mark either in your right hand or in your forehead. And the Bible says that if you take the mark of the beast, your name will be blotted out from the Lamb's Book of Life. You will lose your ability to get saved if you take the mark of the beast. John MacArthur said, you can take the mark of the beast and still get saved. So, contradicting the Bible. And the last major thing that he did that I want to mention is that he tampered with God's word, which is an absolute big no-no. The book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible, says that if you take out anything from this book, your name will be taken out of the Lamb's Book of Life. And if you add anything to this book, then the plagues of this book will be added unto you. Okay. And so he added and he took away from God's word. And so being that he took away, his part was taken away from the Lamb's Book of Life. And today, John MacArthur is in hell. Okay. And that's just the way that it is.
Miss Jenny.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
I mean, Jenny, I thought this guy was going to be like, these are the crimes against him. This is why Christians can't beat the Muslims. Sorry to break it to you, but unless you Christians unite, the Muslims are going to take over the world. I hate to break it to you, right? If this guy is like flying on private jets while children are starving, if this guy has like a harem of little boys, and you know what Catholic priests do, that kind of stuff. If he's making all of his congregation pregnant, so to speak, like these are the. This is what I thought this guy was going to bring, right? I mean, look, I'm not going to question. Oh, nice shirt, by the way, KJV all day.
Yeah.
Question your knowledge from the Bible. I'll definitely lose. Maybe your interpretation's off, but the mark of the beast on the right hand, I'm good. Okay, nothing there. Forehead, I don't even know what you're talking about. Is that like Ash Wednesday? Do all Catholics go to? I don't know what that is.
This is something that's coming later on. It's not here yet.
Oh, okay. Yes. It's not tattoo on a tattoo on her hand?
No.
No, okay.
It's not the jab. People were saying that, back in 2020. Oh, if you take the jab, that's the mark of the beast. No, it wasn't. If you have it, you're okay. You can still go to heaven.
Oh. Okay. I don't know, Miss Jenny. I think you should take it easy on this guy. I don't know. It just seems this is like Sunni Muslims and Shia Muslim fighting amongst themselves. I don't know. But I guess he's bad. I'm sorry to break it to you, John MacArthur, but Jenny lets you know who you are, lets you know what you're about, and I guess it's not going well. And this is, of course, the old guy.
Yes.
The only crime I see him committing is he has that like Justin Timberlake microphone hanging off his head. You see that thing? like he's singing like he's Janet Jackson or something. So that's how that is. Okay. All right. Well, there it is. Let's look at some of the.
Being that you had your KJV, if you could go to Galatians chapter 1, verse 8, because I'm going to use this verse for both of the people I'm going to talk about tonight. So it explicitly applies to John MacArthur, and it also is going to apply to that other guy too.
Okay. I hate to say this, but I need to wear glasses. I'm getting old. Can you just handle it while I find my glasses? I need some readers. I'm gonna full screen you. Just don't go crazy, right? But here, just take over. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, habits of the best of us. I'm sure one day I'm gonna need some readers too, God willing. Okay, getting old is a blessing. But Galatians 1:8 says, "But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed." Okay. And so John MacArthur taught another gospel, which really is not another gospel. It's a false gospel. He perverted, manipulated the gospel, and he is accursed. He is anathema, and he's in hell. And so, yes, friend. And it's not like I'm just, picking on him. I have another guy I'm going to talk about. He also teaches a false gospel. And it doesn't matter how big your church is, how many books you write, how eloquent you are, how many degrees you have. If you teach another gospel, if you believe another gospel, that's it for you.
That's a big word. I forget what it means. You mind telling me anathema? Otherwise, I'll have to Google it.
It basically means like you'll be destroyed or like you'll be nothing. If I'm not mistaken, I could be.
Anathema, something or someone that one vehemently dislikes.
Okay.
Someone or something. Okay, anathema. It's anathema too. Okay. It's a good word. I'm going to start utilizing it. Okay, I have my Bible. Do you want me to look something up? I'm ready.
Oh no, I read it while you were out, so that was Galatians 1:8.
Sorry, I don't know how to look up stuff anyways in the Bible. I just know where Timothy 2:12 is. And Google's great because before it's like you needed a preacher or you needed to read this, but now when you want to find a verse, you just Google it. I was looking for a verse for us. I was looking for friendship, working with friends, reuniting friends. I was looking for something for you and me. I couldn't find anything right because it seemed like a little bit too like I don't know you well enough to like say that. I don't know, but does that make sense?
Yeah.
I didn't want to like make you feel uncomfortable. Some of the verses that came up were like not the exact ones I was looking for, but let's look at some of the chat here now. We've got a lot going on. Tough Guy in the house. Shout out to Tough Guy. Definitely a fan of yours. Dave Murphy. Sorry, I live in Baltimore. It's a gang of motorcycle bandits just driving through, destroying the city. Logic and Lull. You got a new fan, Jonathan Earl. Make sure you subscribe to Miss Ginny. Someone drop her link. Are you wrenched up, Miss Ginny? Just drop a link. Wrench you up if you're not.
Let me see. Does a wrench come up? No, it doesn't.
Oh my God, what a disgrace I am. All right, let's fix that with immediate effect. Make sure you drop your link anytime you're around, Miss Ginny, if you want some of these subs. I don't see. Did you type anything?
No, I just put a little question mark to test it out. I'm getting my channel link now, so I can share that. Ooh.
Oh yeah, drop it on. You have to drop it in my YouTube. Drop a comment on my YouTube, and I can wrench you up quite simply. All right. Well, yeah, I think you went too hard on the guy. I grew up watching 10 Commandments and Moses every year. And even though Muslims are going to take over, it's going to make me uncomfortable. I feel like I prefer the Christians win, even though I do see the benefits of Islam, especially the patriarchy is strong in Islam. I do like that.
That's one of their few good qualities.
You're not doing this right, Miss Ginny. Let me find this here.
I'm a neophyte.
What does that mean?
A neophyte?
Yeah.
It means someone who is uneducated or ignorant in a certain area, uninformed.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, uninformed Islam. Yeah, I am. I'm a bit uninformed too, but some things I can see are better. But I want to wrench you up, but you have to make a comment on my channel, I think is what I'm trying to ask for if you get around to it. But there's her channel, everybody.
Did it work? Oh. Okay. I guess it's just sending it to mine because I'm dual streaming.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way. Yeah, like I said before, I think you went too hard on this guy. You should give him a second chance. There was a time in my life I read, embarrassingly, a Joel Osteen book, and it really helped me out in life. Is that bad? It's true. Like I used to watch that from time to time. I was like, it really helped me. It was really inspirational. And I know it's prosperity preaching, but it was like he said this one thing, and he said, you are all God's children, and He is your Father, and He doesn't want to see you poor or struggling. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, Joel. And it was a tough time in life, and I actually read one of his books, kind of embarrassing. But now that I see him, I see his zillion-dollar homes, cars, and of course he became famous with the hurricane. And it was like he didn't want to put the hurricane victims or something in his church or whatever it was. It's like, bro, that's pretty bad. Yeah. Now's your chance. If he would have done that, he could have been like a politician or something. Maybe it probably doesn't want to be.
No. I mean, because politicians pay. Well, I guess they don't, but I mean, he's making all that money tax free at his church. So why would he want to give up that sweet gig?
Maybe to enact positive change, I guess. But I guess he's not the guy. He's not that guy.
Definitely not.
And it just shows him. But anyways, all right. So now I have a topic, and I found something. I found something very interesting. And I just wanted to read it. Of course, everyone is familiar with Chris Hansen. Yes. The predator hunter, or what do they call it? To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
To Catch a Predator, of course, was big in the 2000s. And everyone was like, yeah, this is a great show. Let's catch these predators. In the beginning, he was just like, have a seat, and there was no cops. And then he started getting cops involved, and they were pressing charges. And then somebody deleted himself. And then they canceled the show for years. And everyone was like, why'd you cancel it? This is great. But then you hear about this show. It's like, oh, okay. They go to a nice neighborhood and rent a house. And then they entice PDF files from all over America to come in and drive through the neighborhood. And I'm like, whoa, not in my backyard. I mean, could you imagine that? I'm all for fighting crime. I'm all for protecting children. You know, it goes without saying. We don't have to say, oh, we don't like PDFs. We don't like PDFs. We don't like it. But to rent a house in a good neighborhood and attract PDF files from 500 miles away to drive through your hood. I mean, they could just as easily find a bunch of kids playing or something. Like, who knows what could happen, right? Who knows what could happen? I wouldn't want that in my backyard. But there is this movement now, I don't know if you've seen it, where people are acting like Chris Hansen on Instagram. Have you seen it?
I don't think so. I might have seen maybe one, but I don't know. I don't think so.
They pose as underage children, and then they meet them in like Walmart or CVS, and then they expose them and like usually punch them in the face. And I'm like, this is. I'd rather the police do this. This is like, it's extrajudicial. There could be a margin of error. Do we really need vigilante justice? Maybe. Does this protect children ultimately, I guess, is the real question. Go ahead, Miss Jenny.
I did see that. I think CT reacted to one of those videos one time, and I caught it. And yeah, like I think it was two guys that they had caught, and he was like, you know, I'll let you go if you let me slap you or something. And then the guy let me slap him, and then like he still called the police, of course. So yeah, I did see one of those.
It's a little crazy. Some people out here, they say, and I know your side of this. It doesn't make sense to me biblically, but I know what you want to do with the PDFs. And we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it at that. And people say that, and then there's people out here catching predators on their own, and it just seems, I don't know, it seems a bit off. And then here it goes, here it happens. Something happened. Oh God, did I just lose it? Damn it. Looking up anathema. Damn it. What is this guy's name? Miss Jenny, you made me lose it. All right. Here goes a story hot off the press. And make sure you follow me on Twitter because I am the repost king. Okay. I'm the repost king. Are you on Twitter, Miss Jenny?
I am.
Oh, are we following each other?
I want to say so. I would surely hope that I'm not missing out on Midlife Bro Logic good content.
Yeah, Midlife Bro Logic, king of the repost. Let's find this. What is this guy's name? I got it here. Okay, so here's a guy. Here we go. Riley Carter is his name. And being inappropriate with little stepdaughters is his game. And he got 46.5 years in prison. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That seems more fit to me. And I think it's 46 to life. So that means he has to do at least 46 years. Okay, but here he is. Let's share this screen. I'm going to read this. This is what's interesting to me. And here we go. Carter sentenced to minimum 46.5 years in prison. That's a life sentence, baby. Former Aberdeen city councilor will be in his 80s before he's able to seek release. Aberdeen, there is an Aberdeen in Maryland. I don't know where he is exactly. There he is. Typical stuff. On June 6th, former Aberdeen, but this story has a twist. On June 6th, former Aberdeen City Councilor Riley T. Carter was convicted of 3 counts of R of a child in the first degree, 3 counts of incest in the first degree, 1 count of child mole in the first degree, and 1 count of incest to a second degree by a jury of his peers in Grays Harbor County Superior Court. July 11th, he was sentenced to 46.5 years. A lone person sat on Carter's side of Grays Harbor. Let's see here. While the gallery of the prosecution side, I wonder who was on his side. That's the kind of friend I need, right? Right?
I suppose to side with you till the bitter end.
That's the kind of friend I'm looking for. If anyone wants to sit on my side and be a character witness for me while I'm getting 46 and a half years, I'm accepting applications, right? I don't know who it is. I'm wondering who it is. Let's see here. Carter's defense attorney, Carrie Young, asked Judge Scott Sedova, asked Judge Sedova to enter a mitigation report that wouldn't be complete until tomorrow into the record. Young then indicated the prosecution's sentencing recommendation wasn't received until after 6 p.m. last night, and disregard with possibility of an exceptional sentence outside the standard range. Sedova said the court would follow Washington state sentencing guidelines and added, the court is not bound by anyone's recommendation. I mean, that's a lot, 46 and a half years. It sounds right. Prior to sentencing, okay, all this goes on and on and on, but let's get to it. Let's get to it. I mean, there's a lot of words here. This isn't really what I need to show. I'll show you what I need to show. The fact is, this guy was a quote unquote, he was one of these hunter guys. And there's his hat. And I'll just read his hat for you. It says, make PDF files afraid again. Like, that's what he was doing. It's like he's hiding in plain sight. It reminds me of Catholic priests who have a predilection for little boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of a politician who passes anti-LGBTQ laws, but then they find him in an airport bathroom getting it on. Right? I mean, that's true. Remember that guy? I don't know if you remember that guy or not. I forget his name. He was in a Minnesota bathroom. He said, I have a wide stance. I'm not a homosexual. I just stand with my feet wide. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then here goes this guy. Make PDF files afraid again. I'm like, bro, you're not fooling anyone now. Right? Come to find out, too long didn't read. He caught an incest charge on his stepdaughter, which I found very interesting. So it really wasn't a blood relative. It was his girlfriend's daughter. So I guess it's less worse. I don't know.
It's not incest, but it's still not good.
But he caught an incest charge.
That's interesting. And it was just his girlfriend. That is very interesting. They weren't even married. So it's like, it's not even legally, he didn't even legally adopt her as his kid. So why is it incest?
They're just thrown on the charges and they stuck. I mean, good, I guess. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It seems unfair, honestly. Like, can't we just get 46 and a half years without that additional charge? I don't know.
I mean, throw in bestiality and a DUI in while you're at it. Just throw everything. Just put this guy under the jail.
I don't think he's going to make it. 80. It's not going to go well. So I don't know. What can I say about this? What can I say about this guy? What can I say about people that pretend to hate the thing that they are? It just seems a bit much. It seems a bit much. Anything you think about that or comments?
No, I mean, I think that's a big thing, like this projection, and I think that's why these the pastors that I like online, like the new IFB, the new Independent Fundamental Baptist pastors that I like, they're so vehemently anti-queer. And so people are always accusing them of being homosexuals because they're so staunch against it. And it's not like, I can understand why people say that, because there is a pattern of people being really anti something, like Derek Jackson. I don't know if you're familiar. He was like this big dating guy. Like he would give like advice like, oh, men need to step up and men need to, provide more, and men need to do this. And
black men don't cheat. I know who he is. I hate him with every passion of my, yes. So keep going.
And then he turned out to be cheating on his wife with multiple women, a serial adulterer, divorces his wife, is now back on the grift, talking about how men need to do better. And it's just like, these people are frauds. And they think that they can put up this front of, oh, this is so bad, but it's a front, it's projection, because they know that they're doing it. They're every accusation is an admission of guilt. Okay, and so Yeah, it's very common. And whenever you see it happen, it's just like, oh my gosh, don't assault my eyes.
I went to I don't know if you saw it, but in Maryland they had a library, a transgender. I went to one. I don't know. I have a whole episode out.
A drag
it was like transgender. They were making pronoun. Oh, someone gave me the pronoun pin, and it was like a whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
And I got a flag, and I talked to him. So I have this just in case. Sorry. Yes, Derek Jackson. I'm always going to make time to bash on Derek Jackson because he's out here. First off, he used to be really fat. I don't know if you know that. And then he whipped it into shape, and then it became phenomenal shape. And I think he was making up for lost time. And he was like a big simp, great body, good looking guy, perfect body, very strong. And the ladies loved him. And just that message, that lie. He's like the kind of guy that lies to get a girl's attention, right? That's like the lowest form. Like if you can't tell a girl what you're all about and tell the truth, then no thanks, right? That's not a man, in my opinion. Shout out to Derek Jackson. And when that happened, I hated him because women would be like, see, this guy's spilling all the secrets and you're bad and you're this and you're that. And I listen to Derek Jackson and you can't fool me and all, like all this stuff you'd have to listen to. And I hated that guy. And him falling was just like, oh, it was so great. But the thing was, I was ready to accept him with open arms. I'm like, bro, Derek Jackson, you should break bad and just like pivot to bad guy and just start like a Manosphere channel. Like this is how to cheat and get away with it. Like that would be funny. Right?
And just become the absolute villain.
Yes, that would be great. I mean, that'd be great content. Like I don't know, but he's back to it, and these dumb women, they still listen to him. They still subscribe. They still buy. I think he went on Oprah. He sold some books. It's really a debacle. That guy, can't stand him.
Yeah, these moronic, delusional women who are so addicted to not taking accountability, they're still gonna sit and listen to him because he's giving them what they want to hear. It's like what the Bible says that there will come a time when people will no longer listen to sound doctrine and sound teaching. They want their ears tickled. They want their ears itched. And so, that's what Derek Jackson's doing. He's not going to give this woman what they need, which is that, you need to lose weight. You need to take accountability. You need to, lose, get out of debt and, become a valuable asset to a man instead of a liability. Oh, no, he's not going to say that. He knows where the bread, where the milk and honey is in the grift. Women are the ones who are going to hand over the money and buy the books and buy the courses and whatever and listen to that garbage that he's spewing. And so he's an evil mastermind.
I mean, in a way, when you said that, it kind of reminds me of Trump. Like these leaders, they just there's a nexus there, right? Just tell Trump that he's great, he's this, he's that, and then all of a sudden, Trump will like give your country more weapons or do whatever. It's the same thing with Derek Jackson. Tell women what they want to hear. Yeah, and be good looking while doing it, and basically that's it. You're in. But yeah, Derek Jackson, no good. Definitely this guy make PDF files scared again. I bet. Yeah, it's not going to go well for him. His life is over. I mean, what a strange medical condition that is, where you go after that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So that is where we are at. Are you sharing something now? You want me to present this?
Whenever you're ready for my second topic, I'll bring that up.
I'm ready.
Okay. So yes, friend, the second person that's gonna get a strong rebuke tonight is, what's his name? Alex Wardo. Okay, my Spanish is not very good. So I didn't realize you had such a strong Spanish following, Barnabas. Your conversation is like Telemundo over here. I can hardly read half the comments.
Well, Professor Mex is a white guy in Mexico. He's spent lots of time in South America and Central America. Ditso is, I think, a lawyer in Costa Rica.
Oh, wow.
I think he is. He's quite knowledgeable of the history of South and Central America. I think those are the only Vega has a Spanish name, but that guy's coming from your channel, I think. So I don't know. Yeah, Juardo, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Mi llamo es, what's his name?
Alex?
Mi llamo es Alejandro Guardo. Así es la pronunciación, señorita.
And so this
Pon
guy,
respeto a mi nombre, por favor. I think that's how he talks. Go ahead.
thank you for that. But yes, so this guy, our second heretic of the evening, Alex, he has a YouTube channel and an Instagram account called Voice of Reason, ironically enough. And he is a Catholic apologist. So he is someone who kind of tries to break down Catholicism, makes like teaching videos, explaining it, trying to make converts, just teaching people Catholic doctrine and things like that. Okay, so that's his shtick. And I came across him when one of the pastors that I follow online, he was doing responses to this guy. And so they had kind of like a tiff, maybe like a year or two ago. And he's the one who shared this, and he has like a channel. You know how like people on Instagram, they can have like channels where it's like they post stuff and then like their followers will get notified. So he posted about this, and it was like I was shocked, but yeah, he said that's imperious. That's hilarious. But yes, I was shocked because it was just, I mean, I don't know if you guys can actually read this because of how small it is, but I mean, I had never heard of this page before.
Hold on. Do you know how to there's a way to make this bigger. It's like if you press Control Plus or something. Does that work?
On StreamYard or on the website? If
you go to that page,
okay, and
if you hold Control and press the plus, that might solve our problems. I was talking about this with Lawyer Chick.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. I'm getting smarter. Oh, first off, I just want to straight off the bat, that picture looks sus or like very hot to a chick that likes a boy band. I don't know. So put that there. And second off, how do you feel about Catholics? Hold on. Let me take this down. Tell me the truth.
What? You don't know?
I mean, should you recuse yourself? It's like, I feel like you're not going to be fair no matter what. If they're Catholic, I feel like you're not going to give them a fair shake. But go ahead. Catholics are.
Let me be explicit about what I'm saying. Because there are people that go to Catholic churches, or there are people that, might be in a Catholic home and they're minors, and so they can't choose the house of worship that they want to go to. And so simply because someone calls themselves a Catholic or goes to a Catholic church does not necessarily mean that they are unsaved. Okay. However, and it's a big however, if you believe in what the Catholic Church teaches, if you subscribe to Catholic doctrine, then you are not saved, okay? Because official Catholic doctrine teaches a works-based salvation. And they'll try to tap dance around this. Well, some of them won't. Some of them will be explicit that, of course, you can't get to heaven by faith alone. But a lot of them will try to tap dance around this. They'll try to, play these word games with you about saying that, oh, we believe that salvation is by faith alone. But what you don't realize is that they've changed the definition of faith. Okay, they believe that faith is a work, and so it's like, no, okay, you actually don't get to believe that salvation by faith alone if you think that faith is a work. And so if you subscribe to Catholic doctrine, you are not saved. You're not a Christian either. Okay, Roman Catholic, Greek Orthodox, whatever. It's not Christianity. It's a cult, is what it is, and it's paganism.
Okay. I think you said enough. Okay, so let me just translate for you. Unless you're exactly the Miss Jenny Christian fundamentalism, is that right?
Yeah, Christian fundamentalist. Yeah.
Then you're doing it wrong. Okay, so this may or may not be fair, but please present the evidence against this guy. Let's go. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew that you got a bone to pick with Catholics, just to be fair, in the efforts to be fair on the show. Here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So, I mean, am I coming from a place of complete objectivity? Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay. Thanks for admitting that. Thanks for seeing that. Okay, fair enough. Because the last guy that you hate so much, it didn't look like he was that bad of a guy from the evidence you presented. Hopefully, this guy has something more. Let's see it. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So as far as I know, John Macarthur, he did not have any outward, he didn't do anything illegal or perverted. But if in a few years something comes up and something, breaks the surface, it wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so let me just say that.
Sure.
But as of right now, I don't know anything of that nature. But spiritually speaking, he did all types of horrible things. But this guy, okay, he checks both boxes, because not only is he an unsaved heretic preaching a false gospel, he is a pervert. Okay, allegedly.
Allegedly. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, well, allegedly.
Okay.
We gotta keep midlife bro logic on YouTube. So allegedly.
Yes.
But yes, friends. So I think this story broke on Monday about this guy who is this big Catholic apologist, and turns out, okay, so right now he's 28, but this these text message exchanges seem to have happened when he was 21, from what I deduced from the story. So a brief overview says here, Alex Wardo is the founder of Voice of Reason, a popular Roman Catholic apologetic channel with over 500,000 followers across multiple social media platforms. He was known as a teenage prodigy in his local community after becoming catechized and an apologist at age of 16. Okay, in July.
What is catechized? What does that mean? Do you know what that means?
Now,
I can look it up.
I believe what it means is that you're kind of like fully ingratiated in the Catholic Church. Like,
how do you spell
I
it?
believe CATECI. CHIST.
CIs. I think I spelled it wrong. A teacher of the principles of Christian religion, especially one using a catechism. Oh, that's catechist.
Okay.
What does being a catechist mean? Is that the word we're looking for? A catechist is one who witnesses to the
being catechized. I think that's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Is that ZED?
Yeah.
Catechized Catholic. Oh, here we go. A catechized Catholic is a baptized Catholic who has received religious formation, including religious education and participation in the sacraments. I've heard of that. With a focus on understanding and living out their faith. This involves more than just baptism. It includes ongoing formation and development of one's understanding. It sounds like some type of Catholic degree.
Yeah, it's like and this is actually another common thing with false religions, is that when a person reaches a certain age, they get like a special, they reach a certain echelon where they get new knowledge, they get a promotion when they reach a certain point in their religion. And so, yeah, I guess that's what they're saying. Like, when he kind of reached that upper echelon. Okay, let's get down to the meat of this.
Let's do it.
Okay, it says less than a year later, in March of 2025, Alex was a guest on the George Jenko Show, which is one of the most popular podcasts in the entire world. Alex shared and defended Catholic teaching in one of the most viral and universally praised conversations in the history of Catholic and Protestant dialogue, which even persuaded the famous Protestant podcast host to shift his view in real time towards the Catholic position. Yikes. George Jenko isn't saved either, but that's a totally different thing. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get on his podcast and talk some sense into him, but we'll see. Wardo has also been accused of grooming a young girl, according to a whistleblower within the Catholic community, who posted screenshots purporting to show him talking to a minor when she was in her early teens, and he was 19 to 20. These pictures were initially shared by Juliana Vivas after the girl reached out to her. Okay, and so initially the claim was that this girl that he was talking to was 14. Juliana has since redacted that, saying that she's uncertain of the age of the girl. But regardless, she was a minor. And so that's all that matters. And so here we have some different, I guess.
I mean, he was talking to her. What is that? I mean, this is like a man's. I try to stick up for men on this channel, FYI. So let's keep going.
Well, okay. So initially, this initial screenshot right here, I can't even read it. It's so cringy and gross. But it's big enough that people should be able to read it for themselves. So
let me translate it. Here we go. We could do this.
What?
You can read? No, you can't read this. I'll read it. So
Okay.
Cover your ears, Miss Jenny.
Yes.
I'll go like this when I'm done reading. You know exactly what I want. I do, Amor. I was made for you. Oh wait, no. Wait, I got it wrong. Okay, no. This is the girls in pink.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I want. I do, Amor. I was made for you. Give me those. How shall we say, pantalones, sucios. I'd let you keep them. And then emoji. So when you're not with me, say you only want me, baby. Okay, so he's getting, let's say, dirty panties from underage girls, allegedly. That's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad. But
it's pretty
bad.
You
surprised? Are you surprised knowing that this is that he's Catholic, that he's into minors? Okay, are we shocked?
Look, the only thing I'm surprised at it's not a boy. I'm actually like happy because I thought Catholics were all, this. I don't know if you've ever seen South Park, but I thought Catholicism was a place where men who like little boys go to do whatever. Here's the one thing I see, or keep going, or should I talk?
Yeah, you can interject.
I've been going to churches a little bit here and there. Not like you, of course, but on occasion. Every couple of months, I'll find myself in a church or a synagogue.
Yikes.
And in the past, I've been to churches on occasion. And sometimes when you go to these, I only see it in mega churches. And sometimes I've been to mega churches. It's true. Mm-hmm. Which are the worst, in my opinion. Because they have, and I'll try to be quick, but if you ever go to mega church, they have musicians on stage that are so talented, that are so good musically on their instruments, the drummer behind the thing, singers, perfect, wonderful, beautifully talented musicians. Right. And the songs they make are just like the worst, dreariest, most boring. It's the kind of songs where I want to pour gasoline in my ears and light them on fire. It's just horrible. But above and beyond that is when you quote unquote see, meet, or hear the youth pastor. These guys, like, they always have like stylish jeans, right? Mm-hmm. They look like they have these expensive, like, what is it, Lucky Strike jeans, or what are those jeans called with the horseshoes on the back? Lucky something Strike? No, that's a cigarette. Like, they wear these, when someone's wearing expensive, stylish jeans, and they got like that nice hair. Yes, I'm bald, so I am jealous. And they got like nice shoes and like a shirt, and it's like, it's like, I'm the youth pastor. And I'm like, man, if I had a kid, I wouldn't let them 50 feet anywhere near you, because this is the kind of thing that goes down with these quote unquote youth pastors. No, I think a youth pastor should be like an old retired a nun, or like an old lady or something. I don't want some like 24-year-old dude who's like, no thanks. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. If you were ever a youth pastor, sorry, don't unsub. Okay, keep going, Jenny.
No, totally. I agree. I mean, I fundamentally, I don't agree with the idea of separating people in church. I believe that it should be one service for, Lucky Brand jeans.
That's the one with the horseshoes. Yeah. Thank you, Annabelle.
Okay. Only one I know is True Religion. That's like the only one where it's like the big, whatever they have on their logo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't agree with the idea of separating. Like, I don't believe in like children's church, Sunday school, nursery. I don't think that that's what people should do, because that's where things like that can fester and breed different. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You have these people who are on payroll, but are these people even saved? What exactly do we know about this person? It's like a lot of churches are small, and so it's like it's more like people know each other. So it's like, okay, that's one thing. But these mega churches, like you were just talking about, where it's like, oh, we're just going to hire someone. We'll do a background check. But it's like the background check only tells you about that. That only tells you that they haven't gotten caught yet. Okay. It doesn't tell you what's in their heart. It doesn't tell you about what they haven't gotten caught of. And so I don't believe in that. I was in a church where we had like home group, on Wednesday night Bible study. It wasn't at the church. It was in people's homes. And we had like 4 different groups. And one group was teaching this belief system called Arminianism, and our pastor, he was a Calvinist. And the head, it was a deacon that had, started teaching this Bible study that was teaching Arminianism. And he had talked to the pastor about it and said, hey, I believe this. Can I teach this in the group? And the pastor said no, but he went and taught it anyway because the pastor wasn't there. And he told the group of people, he was like, don't tell anyone that I'm teaching you this. And it ended up causing a humongous church split after like a year or two. And so, I think that, everything that is being officially said from the church, like every official statement, every, time that the church gets together, it needs to be with the pastor. Like the pastor needs to be leading it. Okay. So there's no funny business going on. We're not separating people off. Like if your kid is, disruptive in church or whatever, like you need to, your kid needs to play and can't sit still. You go take your kid to a room where there's toys or whatever. It's not some other person watching your kid. And like, I just don't believe in that in general. So, unsolicited, but that was what I wanted to say.
So are you, wait a minute. Are you, it's not, sorry, let me interrupt. Are you on the bed, Annabelle? Thank you so much for pulling up as always. Drop your link, Annabelle, for all your fortune cookie, I keep messing this up. All of your tarot card reading needs. She is available for private readings. Go to Fortune Cookie Tarots by Annabelle. Miss Ginny, maybe you can subscribe and call her a heretic. She might appreciate that or might not, but check it out either way. So are you saying you're anti-babysitter? I mean, I don't know. It's what are you saying, Miss Ginny? You're a new young mother. Probably your mom. I'm sure you trust your mom. I mean,
yes. But it's very few people that I trust to watch my son. And the primary reason for that being is that he can't talk. So he can't tell me what people do to him when I'm not around. And so, I mean, overall, am I anti-babysitter? If your child can talk, then sure. If your child can make coherent sentences and express themselves, then sure. I mean, that you can give more leeway, but definitely not. Like when everything happened, a few months ago with my husband, I had a lot of people offering, like, oh, I'll watch your son for you while you go get a massage, or I'll watch him while, you just want to sit and relax. And it's like, I appreciate that. That's awesome. But as of right now, the only kind of childcare I'll be accepting is like you come to me and watch him while I'm in the house and we're all in the same place. Like I'm not going anywhere, leaving you in the house. You're not going anywhere with my son. I'll just, be like washing my hair and you can tend to him, that kind of thing. Because you just can't. I mean, it's unfortunate, but you just can't trust people like everybody. So
would you let this guy watch your daughter? She's 14. With that semi-nude bathroom selfie pose, with his puckered lips. That's Alex Wardo, FYI. I've been reading his text in the back. If these texts are in fact true, it doesn't look good. This reminds me of Anthony Weiner. He's really inappropriate. If this person is underage, this is bad. And this pose right here, I mean, he should be arrested for this pose right here. You showed that one earlier, of course. Yeah. And let's go ahead.
And I don't know if you can pull up his apology. He made a statement on Instagram, and he also put it on his YouTube channel. But if you read his apology, it's very precise. Like he's very directed in what he says, and he does not give like a flat out, this is entirely false, I would never do anything like this, this is completely made up. He doesn't say that.
Here it is.
Yes.
It is. Let's see if it was prepared by a lawyer or not. Let's see if Lawyer Chick. I wonder if do you think Lawyer Chick would prepare a statement for an alleged PDF? Like maybe.
I would hope not. I would like to think that she has more morals and ethics than that.
Sure. Well, I mean, do you think she would probably prepare a prepared statement for, maybe like for me, like, oh, Barnabas, he tried to make a joke and it wasn't funny and it was insensitive. So I have to go and be like, I'm sorry, I'm Barnabas and I didn't mean what I said. Please don't unsubscribe from my YouTube. I mean, sometimes lawyers make prepared statements for people that aren't like this. And let's read it. Let me get to it. I think I'm going to need a prepared statement just for this prepared statement bit. All right, here we go. 2 days ago, Voice of Reason. I must address the accusations that have been circulating online over the last 24 hours. First and foremost, the accusation that I was having an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old girl. Ugh. How old is he?
He's 28 now, but this happened a few years ago.
How old was he when it happened?
Between 19 and 21.
Just for the record, or just to let you know, have you heard of Jack and Jill laws? Are you familiar with that?
I have, yeah.
I think it's 3 years. So Jack and Jill law, obviously the age of consent in most places is 18. I think it's 16 in some places. I don't know.
Yeah.
But imagine if two people that were born in the same year, one is turned 18 and the other one was 17, and they were performing or whatever, fornicating against God's will, but not the law of the people. Sure, she's underage, but since there's only like a month between them, it's not illegal. So that's what a Jack and Jill law is, I think. But this guy does not fall under the Jack and Jill law,
no,
by any means. Yeah, so there's no way out of that. If he was like 16 and she was 14, I could be like, okay. I was in high school. I've seen that. It's still a bit much, but okay, let's read this. First and foremost, the accusation that I was having an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old girl is a complete fabrication. I am treating an accusation of this magnitude with the seriousness that it deserves. I have made my church aware of what is being said about me online, and we have contacted, the authorities. I am voluntarily cooperating in an investigation that will allow the truth to come to light and that will dispel this awful and vicious rumor. I am also prepared to undergo legal actions against those who have defamed me. I must also sincerely apologize to everyone who has been hurt, shocked, and scandalized by these rumors. It is of great importance that I acknowledge all of my mistakes, failures, and sins. I am a wretched sinner who is in desperate need of God's mercy, as well as in need of forgiveness for those whom I have offended and sinned against. I must also thank everyone who has reached out to me privately with their support and their prayers, as well as everyone who I've seen defend me publicly. I ask for everyone's prayers in this very turbulent time. May God's mercy, love, and truth always prevail, and may He guard all of our hearts always and forever. There is a chance that he is innocent. I just want to say that. This is America. Famously in Maryland, Pikesville, I used to live there. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. There was a principal who had a recording of his voice that someone had, and it was racially insensitive, to say the least.
Yes.
And it was presented, and this guy lost his job. Pikesville is full of the Jays, and he was talking about them and he's saying things about melanated people. Come to find out, the FBI was like, this was an AI generated voice, and the guy someone framed him. This is real. Someone framed him, who was fired by this guy. So there is a chance that this guy is innocent. Let's keep our eye on this together as a YouTube collaboration, and we'll do follow-up as far as what happens. Personally, what do I think? I think it's not looking good for him.
Yes, because like I was saying, that is not a resounding denouncement of the claims. Okay, I am terribly sorry about what I said, and anyone who was scandalized by this. Friend, are the screenshots real or are they not? That's all that is. If someone tried to come up with something to say, Mrs. Jenny, she had these text messages with some other guy when she was married, and she was having an affair with her husband, and MJ isn't even Mario's son, I would not be in any way saying, I'm sorry about what I did. I apologize to my friends and family who were scandalized. I'm just be like, it's completely false. It's full stop. It's all a lie.
Well, hold on. Just, and I have to be fair. And it's not looking good for this guy. But the first half of the paragraph, he does deny it. But then when he calls himself a wretched sinner and begs for forgiveness, I mean, bro, what's the messaging on that? Sounds guilty, right? Starts off fighting, capitulates, asks for God forgiveness. It's not looking good for him. And if Miss Jenny is on the jury, I think this will be the outcome.
A fair sentence.
Objection,
Do you think
Your
they
Honor.
deserve to die, Mr. Henry? Answer the question.
Carly,
Did
don't
they
answer
deserve
that
to
question.
die?
Don't.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Only time will tell. All right, Aztec, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure and honor to have you here, sir.
Well, thanks for having me, Barney. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good. Sound good.
Okay. All right. I've always got to ask with this terrible phone. And how are you, Miss Jenny?
I'm blessed and highly favored. Thank you.
Anyway, nice to see you. I haven't seen you since you've been on Chaotix last time I caught you there. But anyway, can I jump in? And I don't want to be on your offside, Ms. Jenny, but I do want to address a lot of what you've said. So just give me a minute here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ms. Jenny said the Bible teaches free will, and that somehow that's something that we're supposed to be concentrating on, which we are. But the first example of this is the Garden of Eden and the fall and being tempted to eat from the knowledge of good and evil. Prior to that, Adam and Eve didn't have free will. They didn't have the thought of free will. And the consequences of taking free will was death. So it isn't something that God has gifted us. It's something that Adam and Eve took, and it caused the fall. So not understanding that part of doctrine is a pretty big flaw, because Ginny then goes on to believe in pagan escapism, in which going to heaven and hell is something after you're dead, that being saved is from being saved from being dead. Going to heaven instead of hell after you're dead. That isn't what being saved is. Scripturally speaking, being saved is from the human condition, the fall in the garden, the position we find ourselves in, having to choose what's right and virtuous over what the flesh wants. So if you don't understand these things, you're off on a really bad track when it comes to scriptural doctrine. Give me just 2 seconds. I just want to read something to you really, really quick. I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. But this is directly from the Bible. It says in the Bible that the righteous. Well, I'm reading from
which Bible, sir? Which Bible are you reading here?
The Holy Bible, but the New International Version. I'd read the King James, but I'll just read the NIV. It reads easier.
Hold on, Miss Jenny. Hold on, Miss Jenny. Is that okay? That Bible? Is that?
Yeah, she's fine with that. The righteous and the wise and what they do are in God's hands, but no one knows whether love or hate awaits them. All share a common destiny. The righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the clean and the unclean, those who offer sacrifices and those who don't. As it is with the good, so it is with the sinful. As it is with those who take oaths, so it is with those who are afraid to take them. This is the evil that happens. This is the evil in everything that happens under the sun. The same destiny overtakes all. The hearts of people are full of evil, and there is madness in their hearts while they live. Afterward, they join the dead. Anyone who is among the living has hope. Even a dead dog is better off than a dead lion. For the living, they know that they will die, but the dead, they know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished, and never again will they have any part in anything that happens under the sun. So go and drink your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God's already approved what you do. Always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun, all your meaningless days. So basically, the Bible is pointing out here, in no uncertain terms, that when you are dead, you are dead. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward. So Jenny's version of salvation and the gospel is not compatible with what the Bible says to you here. It's not compatible with it at all. What Jenny believes in is pagan escapism, which is what all the cultures have taught and had their people believe in, except for the Jews. The Jews are the only ones who didn't do this, who didn't believe this nonsense about after you're dead and living forever after you're dead or going to heaven and hell. Jews are the only ones who don't and kept away from this pagan nonsense. And yet here Jenny is jumping right on board. So John Macarthur is dead. He's in the ground. He's not in some imaginary afterlife of hell like Jenny says to you. What she's spinning is pagan escapism. Like I said, she believes a pagan gospel that's not compatible with scriptures that she says is her religion. God is the living God, the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. But if you ask Jenny, it's the Alpha and Omega and Jenny. The Bible doesn't tell you that at all. God, the living is the one true God and the only one, and all glory is to the living God. You're not the living, Jenny. The living was here long before you. The living will be here long after you. It doesn't include you once you go to the grave. What you're spinning is contrary to scripture that you claim to base your religion on. Jenny says that people will go after false doctrine, hearing only what their ears want to hear. Well, here you can see she's the perfect example of this. Ginny says that the Catholics have it wrong, yet isn't it funny that she apparently believes a Bible that consists of Jewish Hebrew scriptures, and yet they're wrong. The Jews have got it wrong, the people who wrote it. She's got
Aztec,
it right.
Aztec. I thought Ditso. I thought Ditso, sir. Excuse me. I thought Ditso went on and on too long, but now you're worse than Ditso, sir. Look, you have to be more succinct, right? We only have 30. We're going to take the full 30 minutes, dude. Barney, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
I swear to God.
Put some respect on Miss Jenny's name. She is my official Jesus Christianity correspondent for Logic and Law, Midlife Bro Logic. Go ahead. Quickly, sir. Wrap it up.
Let me finish. I'm on the last paragraph, I promise you. She believes a Bible of of Jewish Hebrew scriptures, and yet they're wrong. She's got it right. She believes a Bible of pagan Roman Catholic scripture, and yet they're wrong about what they wrote, and she's right about it. Her religion is based on their scriptures, yet they're both wrong. She's right with her pagan escapism. This is why women should not be on the pulpit. Repeal the 19th.
That was a lot. Listen, I did ask Miss Jenny that, and I do have. I don't want to gang up on you, Miss Jenny. This isn't like an ambush, Miss Jenny. I hope you don't think that. Usually, I disagree with him, but you know, Timothy 2:12. I memorized it. Of course, I do not permit a woman to exercise authority over a man. Rather, she is to remain silent. But when it comes to Miss Jenny on my show, she needs to speak up, especially against heathens, apostates, and heretics like you, Aztec. Miss Jenny, do you have a response for that? I don't even know, was that a question? Is he just mansplaining? What was that? Do you understand what he was saying, Miss Jenny?
Yeah, I was still wondering if there was a question and all that. But hey.
No,
what do I know? I'm the atheist of the board. I'm the atheist of the board as well. I don't give a damn about the Bible, Abrahamic religions, and any of that BS. To me, all of that is just lies. Every single religion in humanity is lies.
Well, it has its basis in origins, which are very much real. So I'm not sure why you would think it's lies. But anyway, Miss Jenny, all respect, just food for thought. Just my bit. I've got to say my bit. And I waited forever to get up here. You've got to open the phone lines quicker, Barney, honestly. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Listen, the phone lines open at 10 o'clock, sir. It's the format. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's 9 to 10. 10 the phone lines open, and 10 to 10:30. That's the end of the show, my dude. That's how we're rocking, Aztec. So bring your friends, bring your family, bring your haters, bring them all. It's only an hour and a half, and you can do it, and I appreciate it. Thank you for contributing, Aztec. Do you want to speak on any of the stories? Or
No, I was the John Macarthur one and him being in hell, remember? Didn't you just hear what I said for like 10 minutes ago?
I heard it. But have you heard of that guy or not?
No, I'd never heard of him until Jenny started speaking. And yeah, I just kept listening. And before I knew it, I had like 7 paragraphs here and busted my ass to get up.
Appreciate that, Aztec. Okay, Ditso, welcome to the show. I don't know if you've met Miss Jenny, but she is YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you, hold on, Aztec. Thank you so much for showing up, my dude. Here, this is for you. Go ahead, Ditso. What do you got, my dude? What do you think?
Just real quickly, the issues of the conversation of religion, to me, are senseless. I don't care about them. But going back to the point of PDF files that we were speaking about, you know, what's interesting in this sense is that many studies have proved to us that the majority of abuse in minors happens in the close familial circle. 93% of those happen a father, an uncle, etc. The remaining 7% is usually the stranger case. But this, in the most recent time frames, with the Epstein, with Jimmy Savile, with the issues of the UK-born citizens with Pakistani background that just popped up in UK in the last 10 years, the Catholic Church, the Christian churches, and so on, the Islamic, some crisis in the Islamic sense. We see that PDF filing tends to be a crisis that feeds the morbo, el morbo. I don't know. I forgot how to say that in Spanish, in English. The morb. No, the fascination for the grotesque, for the things,
Morbid.
the morbid. Thank you. The fascination for the morbid, but it distracts from the works like me and many others are doing to attack the real problems behind this type of issues. Is the issue of Epstein a real issue that we need to converse of people in power utilizing that power to do what they do? Yes. But we also have to talk about the solutions and how we minimize that aspect of Jimmy Savile, a celebrity, or a Catholic Church in the religious, or Epstein, the new era of robber barons who use their power, their position of power, to do what they do.
So, what do you think about these people that hunt PDF files and for YouTube views and clicks?
Look,
are you for that, or how do you feel about non-police chasing down and publicly, I guess, shaming and attacking them? How does that sit with you?
Look, I'm on the fence on that because I understand that, and I had a situation in my family where we had to hunt a PDF, and it was in this circumstance, it was a teacher in school that did something horrible to one of my family members, one of my nieces. So I can understand the anger and I can completely relate to it. But at the same time, while we were doing that, we were doing it in conjunction with the police. So it was us, the civil area, working alongside the police to capture this particular PDF. But when the due process is abandoned and you only enable the vigilante reaction, mistakes will happen and innocent people will go through the line as if they were that. So that risk of hunting without a due process and without something that will back you up, you will commit errors, and you may delete someone who is not a PDF file. So that risk, I ask you, are you willing to take that risk to delete an innocent because of the mob reaction?
I don't want extrajudicial lynch mobs out here hunting PDF files. Honestly, it seems, I don't know. Maybe it should bring attention to the fact that the police need to have more units or something, right? I guess the police have these type of units who pose as underage.
Yeah, but look at the problem with this. What is and I'm not going to do this in a general sense. I could go United States, then Latin America, or just in general all over. What is the percentage of reporting in regards of this type of PDF files to the due authorities? It's less than 5%. Sometimes even less than 2.5% of the cases reach the ears of authorities in order to begin a process of investigation. And of course, the limitations, let's openly say, I agree with you. I agree completely with you in that extrajudicial killings can lead to the wrong results. At the same time, due process is a slow process, because even if we look at the judicial systems, either North American, common law type of system, or the Latin American systems, which is a more normative, we have to realize that even these people, the PTF files, have a right of defense, have a right to day in the court, have a right to face their accusers, and their victims have a right on the day of the court, have a right of being heard, etc. So at the end, that type of process, even if slower, it at least gives us a higher degree of guarantee that these people can be exposed to society and can delivered their punishment, their due punishment to society.
Well, this is America, so of course I believe in due process. Not every man that's accused is guilty. Johnny Depp showed us that, and now Candace Owens is trying to get Harvey Weinstein out of jail. I don't think Bill Cosby is necessarily guilty, honestly. I think people back then were just partying and getting down with drugs. I think a lot of these women regret it. A lot of women regret their party phase, so to speak, especially once they get married and they have kids, and it's a source of contention, perhaps. I don't know the thing where you come up with these numbers, though. These only 5% are reported. It's like, how do you come up with these numbers? Like, how would you that's just a guess. That is only a guess. And it is a guess. It is a guess. It is. Let me talk. It is a guess. And this is this thing that we used to hear with, the Me Too movement, or what's that other movement? Only, what they say, women in college, 1/3 of women in college are SA'd. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really? Do you believe that, Miss Ginny?
No, absolutely not.
I don't believe 1/3. If 1/3 of women were getting SA'd at college, who's going to send their daughter to college? We're going to start homeschooling everything from K to your PhD, all in the house. 1/3. I don't believe that. And all this, it's underreported. Okay, maybe it's underreported, but if it's underreported, you can't come up with a number or a percentage because it's underreported. It's these are just actually made up numbers.
If I may, and you know me, I like to bring up my sources. This is directly victimsofcrimes.org. That's one of the sources, but it's backed up by, for example, the data of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Children Bureau's child maltreatment report of this was 15 years ago, found that 99.2% of victimized children were sexually assaulted. That's it. And it tells us that, for example, during a 1-year period in the U.S., 16% of the youth ages 14 to 17 have been SA or victimized. It tells us that 16 out of 1,000 of children between the ages of 12 to 17 were victims of that rate of that SA. So we know these numbers because it is precisely coming out of the National Institute of Justice report.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them. How do you come up with numbers unless you're there? They just made them up, just like they made up the thing we're supposed to get.
Let's
Vietnam.
Let's then ignore.
Awesome. Let's give more weapons. It's all lies.
Okay.
You can't come up with facts and figures that you don't know. Do I think it happens? Yes. Do I think most go unreported? Maybe. We'll never know, because if it's unreported, then you don't know. It's just a guess. It's just a guess.
Okay. So in my line of work,
listen. Oh my God, I gotta backstage you. Keep it up. If you numbers don't lie. If it says we think that this amount is affected, we think, or it has been projected through blah blah blah. Okay. But you can't affirmatively state that 1/3 of women are this, and it's not true. I don't know how you're going to argue made up numbers, but go ahead.
So in my line of work, we need this data to be able to know what direction and what are the the highs and lows in regards of human behavior and in society in itself, to be able to know where to attack and where it's originating. If we don't know, then we're letting the PDF files win. If we do not know, you're enabling that behavior. You're permitting that, oh, well, we don't know. We have to know. We have to know with at least 99.9% of certainty in order for us to be able to capture those PDF files and able to chase them and be able to capture them. Because if not, then you have the cone of silences, just like what happened with Epstein, just what happened with Weinstein, or just what happened with Jimmy Savile, or just what happened with the Catholic Church and other Christian churches out there. So here's the thing. We have to know that information. We have to study it. We have to, yes, one of the major sources are those institutions, those governmental institutions that are responsible to chase those people that gain better aspects of knowledge when people are reporting to them. When people say, we're not going to report because we don't trust the police, which I can understand, and there's a whole other conversation to be had on that. Who's winning on that? The bad guy, right? So in this sense, we need to have that information, and we need to study it in a concrete methodological way in order to us to be able to attack the problem. Because if we go in blind, what's going to happen? People are going to make excuses for the bad person.
Well, listen, I don't know where you come up with these numbers unless you put a doorbell on everyone's genitalia that can keep track of what's going on. But I don't see that happening. Listen, for the record, everyone is against PDF files except PDF files. But even some PDF files, they wear hats that say, I don't like PDF files. So I don't even know what the world's coming to. But
so in order to hunt them, we got to be better than those people. I've been doing this for 25 years, bro.
Okay, my argument is I don't know how you come up with statistics unless you have a camera on everyone's genitalia, and you don't. So otherwise, it's just a guess. But anyways, we are going to end the show. Ditso, give me final words. Give it to me.
Okay. So the most important thing in this sense is to know that in order to be able to minimize and hunt those PDF files and those people who use their positions of power, there are various factors that need to happen. But one of them is to the victims to speak up, to be able to say, this happened to me. And people to say, I believe you. I know this happened to you. And yes, we need to respect due process. But at the same time, we need better public policies to either prevent or attend this type of horrendous human beings that we are calling PDF files. In that sense, we need data. We need concrete understanding of the phenomena. We need to know how to attack it. And in order to do so, we need to methodologically apply knowledge. And if we don't, they win.
All right. Well, we can't let them win. And thank you so much for that, Ditso. I will see you next time, my dude. Peace and blessings.
Ciao.
Por siempre. See you. All right, Miss Jenny. I just want to thank you so much for coming on. I had a great time. You have not lost your edge. And do you have anything to talk about the channel or anything planned or Oklahoma?
I don't know if it's me, but it kind of sounds like your mic is a little muffled right now. But
I think it's you.
Okay, that's better now.
Okay.
But you said, do I have any upcoming stuff on the channel in Oklahoma?
Or is there anything you want to talk about, or final words, or just anything really?
Well, if you're not already subbed to my channel, then you gotta go over there because you're missing a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun things coming down the pike. I'm like I was saying in the beginning of the show, I'm currently in Oklahoma, so I'm vlogging my trip down here. So if any of you are from Oklahoma or just know fun things to do in Oklahoma, then I am taking requests. We already have a pretty good lineup of things that are I'm going to be doing, so I'm looking forward to doing that. This Saturday, I'm going to be posting a video that I recorded last week. I've been trying literally all week trying to upload this video. It's of me responding to this woman who's an atheist and giving her some just kind of retorting some of the things that she's saying about atheism and why religion doesn't work. I did go skydiving. You saw it.
Indoor skydiving. How is that?
Oh, it was fun. You saw it too?
I just watched. You just like posted it like a couple hours ago. Yeah, of course.
Yes, I did. That's so great. Yes, it was fun. So you don't feel like you're dropping. It was great, and like he spun me around, and so I was. And they tell you that you kind of have to like you gotta like stay. You can't just like go in there and like do a barrel roll. I was ready to get in there and do a flip. It's like I was ready. It was so much fun. So I definitely want to go back. But yeah, so more fun stuff like that coming down the pike. Gonna end the summer on a really high note, so you definitely want to stick around. But other than that, tomorrow I'm going live on my channel, Fridays with Mrs. Jenny. I'm gonna be starting.
Hold on. We got super chat. Thank you, Aztec. Super chat.
Woo!
That's me on guitar.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Here, you want to hear the song? Sorry. No.
Come on.
Good song. It's actually super fat, PHAT, but it sounds like super chat. So put it in there. I'm not in that band anymore, but okay, sorry. I saw you dancing. You like the guitar? Here, I got another one for you. Anyways, I could listen to myself play all day. Sorry. Back to you, Miss Jenny, the true star of the show. Oklahoma, indoor skydiving, taking out atheists. What was the other one?
And then tomorrow I'm going to be starting a new series for Fridays with Mrs. Jenny. Each Friday I'm going to be dedicating a whole stream to one aspect of the plan of salvation. So when you're giving someone the gospel, there are certain bullet points that you have to meet in order to really give a well-rounded presentation of the plan of salvation. And so I'm going to be going through that for the next few weeks. So tomorrow's episode is the fact that everyone's a sinner. So I'm going to be explaining up one side and down the other how everyone's a sinner. Doesn't matter how small of a sin. We all justly and rightfully deserve to go to hell because we're sinners, and everyone's a sinner. So that's what I'll be talking about tomorrow.
But there's menial sins, and there's what's the bad one?
I think those venial. That's a Catholic term. Okay.
Oh, you don't believe in this? That's not you. Oh, no. Oops.
Now,
mortal sin. I thought it was menial. No,
yeah, venial. Sorry. Yeah, mortal and venial. So I don't subscribe to that, but I do believe that not all sins
venial. Are venial with a V. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but that's wrong. Okay. So are all sins created equally, or wait a minute, what?
Well, no, all sin is not equal. There are definitely, greater and lesser sins. Like Jesus, when he's talking to Pontius Pilate, he says, thanks, EAE. He says that those who delivered me unto you have the greater sin. And so sin it's on a scale, it's on a spectrum. that term gets passed around. And so, but it doesn't matter how small the sin is. God cannot exist. God cannot tolerate any sin in heaven. And so therefore, no matter what sin we've done, we can't get into heaven. That's why we need a savior. And so I have to break down tomorrow the fact that we're all sinners. All sin is bad enough to get you into hell, but all sin is not equal. So that's what we'll be jumping into and chewing on tomorrow night. So that sounds good. Well, it doesn't sound good because that's the bad part of the good news. But we're going to get into the good news of the gospel later on. So
what time is that?
That is at 8:00 Eastern Central Time. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Central Time right now in Oklahoma, so I'll be going on at 7. But if you're on Eastern Standard, that's 8.
All right, I guess we'll be competing probably because I'll be 9 to 10:30. But definitely check that out. Everyone, shout out to Ginny. It is really a pleasure to have you here, and that's it. Hopefully, maybe in the future you can fill in again if you feel so moved to do so. I would be honored, absolutely. So thank you so much. We're going to end the stream. We'll just do a quick ending, and shout out to you all. God bless. Have a great day. And tune into Midlife, or excuse me, I think I have to change the name of the channel soon too. Logic and Law, Monday through Friday, 9 to 10:30 p.m. That's what's up. And when Ginny's on, definitely go check her out. Peace, y'all.